A silent night, a heavy heart, snow fell, a blanket of white covered everything. The world was quiet, peaceful, except for Amelia. Her heart ached. Christmas Eve, a time for family. She was alone. Amelia clutched her train ticket. The Blackridge Express, her ticket out of town, away from painful memories. The train station stood silent, covered in snow like a forgotten relic. She shivered, not from the cold, from a strange feeling, like something was watching her. The train arrived. A low whistle cut through the silence. The engine hissed, spewing steam into the freezing air. Amelia boarded, seeking solace in the warmth of the train. Little did she know, her journey was just beginning. The Blackridge Express, not just a train, a time capsule, polished wood, velvet seats, brass fittings gleaming. It was like stepping into the past. The only other passenger, an old man. His eyes were closed. He seemed asleep, but Amelia felt a chill, like she was being watched. The train lurched. The journey began. The rhythmic chugging of the engine, the gentle sway of the carriage. It should have been relaxing, but the silence was broken only by the creaking of the train and a strange feeling in Amelia's heart. Dread heart. The conductor's voice, a raspy whisper over the intercom. Unscheduled detour. Blackridge Pass, due to heavy snow. Blackridge Pass. The name sent shivers down Amelia's spine, a place of legend and tragedy. Years ago, a train derailed there, no survivors. The old man across from Amelia stirred. His eyes snapped open. They were cold, lifeless. He stared at Amelia, then he spoke, his voice a low growl. Blackridge Pass. No one escapes Blackridge Pass. Then, just as suddenly, he was gone, vanished. The train plunged deeper into the pass. The snow fell harder, obscuring the world outside. Amelia felt a growing unease. The train carriage was no longer empty. Figures appeared, shadows from the past, dressed in clothes from another era. Their faces pale, their eyes empty. They whispered to each other, but their voices were like wind, cold and hollow. Amelia was surrounded, trapped in a carriage of ghosts. Their mournful eyes followed her every move. She was alone, surrounded by the dead. The Shadow Man, a glimpse into the abyss. The train screamed, metal grinding against metal. It lurched violently, then screeched to a halt, plunged into darkness. The only light came from flickering gas lamps, casting long, dancing shadows. Outside the window, a figure stood in the snow, tall, menacing, his face hidden by a wide-brimmed hat. He stared at Amelia. His eyes glowed with an eerie light, burning into her soul. A cold terror gripped her. She wanted to scream, but no sound came out. The figure outside moved closer, reaching for the door handle. Amelia knew she had to escape. Vanishing cars trapped in a disintegrating reality. Amelia ran through the train. Each car she passed was empty, except for the ghostly passengers. They didn't notice her, lost in their own world. The train felt endless, the cars stretching on forever. She had to find the engine, escape this nightmare. She threw open a door and gasped. The car was gone. Just emptiness, a void beyond the tracks. The train was disappearing, car by car, taking her with it. She was running out of time. The ghostly conductor. A warning from beyond. Amelia stumbled, collapsing onto a seat. Tears streamed down her face. She was trapped, doomed to ride this train forever. Suddenly, a hand on her shoulder. She looked up. The ghostly conductor, his uniform tattered, his face etched with sadness. "They're waiting for you," he whispered. "The shadows, they feed on fear. Don't let them take you." He pointed towards the front of the train. "The engine, it's your only chance. Hurry." Then he faded away, leaving Amelia alone once more. The escape haunted by the echoes of Blackridge Pass, Amelia ran, fueled by terror and adrenaline. She could hear the screams of the wind, the mournful cries of the lost souls, but she didn't stop. The engine, her only salvation. She burst through the door, the engine room empty except for the controls and a single lever. She pulled the lever. The train lurched again, this time faster, the world outside a blur. She held on tight, praying for a miracle. Then just as suddenly it stopped. Silence. She was back at the station, the snow still falling. Amelia stepped off the train, her legs shaky, her mind reeling. The Blackridge Express was gone, vanished into the night, but Amelia knew she would never forget the lost train, the ghostly passengers, and the chilling secret of Blackridge Pass. It would haunt her forever, a chilling reminder of the night she escaped from the shadows.